Hello, my friends, and welcome to Game On with Yassine. Today we are talking about round 16. Round 16 was done today in the Champions League, and we got some winners, some teams who are going to the quarter final, while others have left. There were some surprises, and of course, some teams that we expected that they were going to go to the next round. For me, in the first prediction I did to the round 16, I went for the underdogs, but all the underdogs I vouched for, they are all out. Holy moly. As I said in my previous video, I don't think I can be a good gambler because I will lose everything. Basically, every team I vouched for because I wanted to see a what can I say, an underdog in the quarterfinal or the semifinal, and why not the final because of the new format. It gives more opportunities to smaller teams, but some of them they were very embarrassing, like the game of Arsenal versus was it Leverkusen? Holy moly, 7-1. That was embarrassing in the first leg. Second leg was not too bad. We'll talk about that in a bit. But let's start with the game that I watched. The game between Paris Saint Germain, the French team, and Liverpool in Anfield. Um, I was really hesitant. If you go and watch my predictions, I was very hesitant about this game because Paris Saint Germain is different this season. No, not so many stars. No Messi, no Neymar, nobody like those guys. But they only have most of the players are younger players, hungry players, players that they want to make names for themselves with a fantastic coach. The Spanish coach, he is really brilliant, and of course, he managed to build a very, very, very strong team. Luis Enrique, I watched him when he was a player before with FC Barcelona, but now as a coach, so far he built a strong team, and of course, this team really was fantastic. I would say in both legs, and I was thinking that Liverpool was going to use Anfield atmosphere and the Anfield what can I say, and the Anfield culture, yeah, and the atmosphere and the fans, and puts pressure on Paris Saint Germain and score. But excuse me, but that kind of little bit worked in the first 20 minutes when Liverpool were pressing, putting so much pressure on Paris Saint Germain, and Salah had two opportunities that he could not finish, and that's sometimes shows you the importance of this kind of caliber of a player when they are not in their day. Sometimes the team suffers, right? And that what we saw, a counterattack from Paris Saint Germain in minute 12, a miscommunication in the defense, or that's what I always talk about in the defense of Liverpool is sometimes they make primitive mistakes, and we saw so many of those this year. Even though when they control the game and they are winning, they ended up making a stupid mistake. We saw one on the weekend against Southampton, and we saw one yesterday against Paris Saint Germain. Miscommunication and the ball and lack of focus, of course, and the ball ended up in front of Dembele, who has been working so hard and scoring the winner in the game for Paris Saint Germain. This means they had to go to the extra time, and of course, as you know, guys, they went to the penalties, and the penalties were a different story. I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk about the penalties yet. Before mentioning that, what can I say? I gave Liverpool a pass when they played in Paris, when they played against, they played against Paris Saint Germain, and they were defensive more, which makes sense. You are going to the opponent's home, and you need to be more defensive. than when you are in your field. And they actually did a very good job. I did a rewatch for that game. I watched it again, and I was really impressed with how Liverpool defended, because they were focused more on defending than. But in the second leg, I expected more than that from Liverpool, and I was worried a little bit about Paris Saint Germain. I wasn't sure how they were going to manage themselves, but they did very well, and they ended up going to the penalties that I'm going to talk about now, which showed that Paris Saint Germain were ready for penalties. If you look at, except the first one that Allison should have stopped, the rest of the penalties, they were all, what can I say, 10 out of 10 execution from Paris Saint Germain. And of course, Liverpool had Salah, who shot the first one, and the goalkeeper couldn't really do anything about it. That the reason why, because Salah is always practicing penalties, and he's always, most of the time this season, scored his penalties. So Nunes and Jones, they were not ready, and I think Liverpool planning for this game strategy was not. They did not take into consideration penalties, I feel, because they should have practiced more. And in general, as a player, when you get to these knockout stages, you need to take time to practice. I didn't watch their practices, but they need to take time to practice penalties, because in a situation when things get to the penalties, you need to have people you can trust. And penalties sometimes are also, they have some luck in them. But as long as there are some types of penalties, I can show you in my nice goal here behind me. There are areas when you shoot the ball, like in this area here, right? Up here in this area, there is no way for the goalkeeper to stop that one, because the keeper is here. He has to make his step, then jump over there. Yeah, I don't know. He needs to be a Superman to stop it. I would say practice those for any, I guess, for any person who might, for any team that might have penalties. Practice those all the time. Then, if you become good at those, there is a bigger percentage that you're going to score, and a smaller percentage that are going to miss. At least you have more confidence going to the penalty, and you have planned for it. If it goes out, it goes out. Then that's luck, right? Anyway, and I think also, like, what contributed in Liverpool performance is, I feel nobody expected so much from Liverpool this season after bringing a new coach, Arne Slot, the Dutch mastermind. But they surprised everybody, and they were doing very, very well this season so far. And I think tiredness start to get to Liverpool, and we can see it in the main players like Salah, like Van Dijk, like like Trent, excuse me, like even Jota, like yesterday was not in his day. So yeah, I think part of it is tiredness, and also I guess it's part of the deal when you get to the knockout stages. If you miss opportunities, it's tricky. Like what happened to Paris Saint Germain in the first leg? They had so many opportunities, they missed them, and they got smashed at the end by a surprising goal from the Iceman. I call him Elliot. Anyway, let's look at some statistics here quickly. Liverpool had 19 shots, oh yeah, and 3 on target. But Paris Saint Germain, look at this. They had 20 shots and 8 on target. They were more focused than Liverpool for sure. And based on this, honestly, let's be honest, Paris Saint Germain deserved to go to the next round. Even though Liverpool is a big team, but Paris Saint Germain 100% deserved to go to the next round. It was almost like a final before a final. Let's call it that way. Both teams were very good in general. And the ball possession was for Paris Saint Germain 55%, very close. And Liverpool had 12 corners. I don't know why they didn't try to use some strategies playing it out like what they did with Man City. For some reason, they didn't do that this time. I always say, if you know you're gonna be getting corners, always try different types of corners, because it's an opportunity to surprise the defenders. That way, they don't know what's going to happen, and you might be able to make spaces and score from that. That's always what I say. And Paris Saint Germain had 6 corners. Not too bad. Very good job, Paris Saint Germain. Good job for you guys. And good luck in the next round. Now, the next game, the, what can I say? The Clasico. The different Clasico, or what do we call it? The Derby. Clasico is between Real Madrid and Barcelona, but this one is the Derby. The Madridian Derby. Holy, there are so many R's and D's. In this game also, in my predictions in the beginning last week, I went for Atletico Madrid as the underdog in the Champions League, because we know Real Madrid in the Champions League, they are not joking, but they are, what can I say? They find a way to move, and that's what to move to the next round or to win it sometimes, a lot of times, and that's what happened today, led by their fantastic coach Ancelotti. Simeone today, the other coach, could not really find a way to beat these guys, even though it was very, very, very close game. The game ended up with 1-0 to Atletico Madrid, and the goal was so early. It was so early, and it was crazy. It was in the first minute, and Conor Gallagher surprised them with a beautiful, what can I say? Like his friend passed it to him with a back kick, I believe, and he finished it beautifully. Courtois could not stop that one. Then Real Madrid had an opportunity to kill the game, or to kill the chances for Atletico Madrid by from a penalty, but Junior was Junior in his execution and put it up high, looking for birds, but there were no birds, no goal, no birds, nothing. And the game ended up going to where? Ended up going to the extra time, then to the penalties. Honestly, they should get rid of this extra time, especially these games are playing in the midweek. Like seriously, like because these players are playing, what can I say, are playing on the weekend in the midweek. Just make it, if the full time is done, let's go to the penalties right away. It's easier on these guys. If they win, they win. If they lose, they lose. That way they can save some energy, especially playing late. These games, they end up sometimes 10 p.m. or whatever like that, UK time. Excuse me, I need some water here. Anyway, and Real Madrid ended up winning the penalties 4-2. Unfortunately, Real Madrid did not look. Unfortunately for their teams, for their fans, they did not look convincing in this game, because you actually could say that Atletico Madrid was also very close to win it today, but lack of concentration in some moments, because they had 17 shots and 8 on target, and Real Madrid they had 10, 3 on target, but Real Madrid had the higher percentage of ball possession. It was 62%, and corners were exactly the same. Crazy. Some players today from Real Madrid were not in, what can I say, in good form. They were criticized a lot, Mbappe and Vinicius Junior, even though after missing the opportunity, the penalty. I mean, he didn't seem to be, he didn't like react and start running like he was walking. I don't know, like I think I think when you waste an opportunity, it can happen to everybody, but you need to participate in the game better, because things can cost you. Luckily, Real Madrid was able to pull the win from what can I say? They were to pull the win and move to the next round. Now, if we look into the rest of the games, we have Barcelona. Barcelona was not joking. They won both legs, and they beat Benfica in the Camp Nou with 3-1. Inter Milan, same thing. They won both legs. Second one today that they played, or actually yesterday, 2-1. And Leverkusen got smashed by Bayern München twice. Oh my God, what happened to this Leverkusen? I had bigger hopes on them, but my God, man, they were terrible. They were terrible, really. Aston Villa smashed Club Brugge 3-0. Yeah, Club Brugge was not at the level. Dortmund won against Lille 2-1 in Lille's field, which was really surprising to me because Lille pulled a what can I say, a tie or a draw from Dortmund's home field, but they ended up losing in their home field. So that's for you. And Arsenal, they tied today against PSV, which actually PSV, that's the one actually I meant to say before, that they lost to Arsenal 7-1 in the first leg. That was really, I think, I don't know what happened to those guys. I think, yeah, I remember what happened. It was like all those defensive mistakes they had. So many mistakes. It was really, really, what can I say? It was really embarrassing for these guys. So that's something they need to pay attention to going. I mean, it's too late now, maybe next year, but yeah, that's it for this round 16. If we move now to the next round, to the quarterfinals, here we go. This is where we are, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, everybody else. Arsenal is going to be facing Real Madrid. What can we say about this game? What's our prediction? And my stuff is falling apart. That's okay. um, Arsenal and Real Madrid. I think the first game is going to be in what is there, in the Emirates. That's their stadium. So this is a tricky because depending which Real Madrid shows up. When Mbappe is in his day and the other guys are playing well, they can really hurt you. Also, Arsenal, this is the only, I feel this is the only chance for them to do something this season. This is a really hard choice, but I'm gonna go with the history, with the team that really know how to win uh, in the um, in the Champions League. I'm going to go with Real Madrid. I think that's a safe bet, right? Then the next game is going to be between Paris Saint-Germain, l'équipe française, versus Aston Villa, the English team. This game, the first one is going to be in France again. Aston Villa, which actually I did not talk about their game today, did I? Sorry, I forgot that. Which actually, oh no, I did talk about it. Yeah, they against Club Rouge. Sorry, for some reason, because I meant to talk a little bit more about it because Asensio and Rashford, man, they are doing a good job. And since we are talking about Aston Villa, I'm really happy for those two players because Asensio was struggling with Paris Saint Germain. This is funny because now he's going to be playing against his old team, was actually still his team between brackets because he's just on a loan with Aston Villa, and he has been doing fantastic scoring. And with the coach start to give them more minutes, him and Rashford, we start to see more better Aston Villa. Same thing for Rashford, who has been struggling with Man United. Ugh, that was a really bad experience for him there. He is technically still a what can I say? He is still a player for Man United, but he's on a loan, as everybody knows, with Aston Villa. We'll see this game. My God, these games are really going to be hard to choose. So it depends. I think to win against to bring a good results from Paris, you gotta play defensively. Aston Villa needs to play defensively. Aston Villa, they play open, they attack all the time. So I think I would play Very, very smart with Paris Saint Germain in France. If you guys are planning to win, and defend very well like Liverpool did there, and I will try to hurt them with counterattacks. Try to get some what can I say, some fouls by the box, and you have Rashford. He's good at shooting. For Paris Saint Germain, do what you did with Liverpool. Put so much pressure on them. So much pressure. Yeah. And by the way, Aston Villa is really a good. Is a really smart team. They have a smart management. The reason why I'm saying that is in the transfer market in January, what they did, they're like, okay, maybe we cannot afford to buy new players, but guess what? We can try to find some players on loans, and the opportunity to find players on loans are those good players that are not finding momentum with their teams, right? So those guys are a good target for teams who just need help to finish their rest of their season. And I think Aston Villa management is very smart in comparison to Arsenal, who this club did not find any new players, and they ended up not signing anybody or bringing anybody on loan in the January transfer door, and I think that was a really bad what can I say, bad strategy for them. So you know what? If you can't buy players, just bring them on loans. That's a really, really smart idea from Aston Villa. Guess what? I am choosing Aston Villa just for fun. I feel like I don't know. It's tricky. It's tricky. Paris Saint Germain are good, but I have to choose. I choose before the Real Madrid. Now I am choosing Aston Villa. FC Barcelona versus Borussia Dortmund, the BVB. These guys are good teams. It is gonna be tricky, but Barcelona. The first game is going to be in the Camp Nou, so Barcelona they are gonna put it on these guys, and I feel they are going to win it. I feel they are going to win this game because what can I say? Like Borussia Dortmund struggled with Lille, but again, you never know. Every game is different, right? And I want to vouch again for the underdogs. You know what? Screw it. I'm vouching for them this time too. Dortmund, you go for it. You better win this time, you guys. Anyway, we'll see. Bayern München or Bayern Munich, whatever the way you want to say it, versus Inter Milan or Inter Milan or Milano or whatever works for you. This is going to be a very good game between a German team and an Italian team. Bayern München this year have been doing really good. Inter Milan is the same thing. Oh my God, these games are really, really hard to choose from. Damages. If I chose a Spanish team, an English team, a German team, okay, I'm gonna have to choose an Italian team, and I'm gonna go for Inter Milan now, and we'll see what's gonna happen. Especially as the first game is gonna be the first game I believe is going to be in Germany. No, the first game. Let me see. Sorry. Yes, the first game is going to be in Germany. So Inter Milan, if they pick a good result from there, go back to their home field, they might be able to pick up a win. Okay, these are, ladies and gentlemen, our or my predictions here. We'll see what's gonna happen. Are these guys going to? Are these guys going to? What can I say? Going uh, to win? The winners I chose. Are they going to win, or they are going to do what happened to me in the 16 round when I lost basically almost every bet there. That was terrible. Bad choices from my side there. So again, let me know what you think in the comment. What are the teams you think are going to win in the quarterfinals? And let me know also, or actually make sure to like and subscribe and drop me comments, as I said. And let's keep building this channel slowly but surely and build a good community here. Again, thank you so much for watching, and and have a good night or a good day wherever you are. And I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.